Now, before we can actually start, we need to first set up the most important tool that we need for this course, and that is a code editor. So the code editor that I'm going to use in the first part of the course is called Brackets. Okay, so you can just go ahead to brackets.io and download this editor if you want to use the same editor that I'm using throughout the videos. Now, some people of course already have their editors installed, like VS Code, Sublime, or Atom, and if you already are set up with your own editor, then there's no need to install a new one, of course. You can just use what you already have. But if you're new to all this, then you can just go ahead and download Brackets. Then in the second part of the course, I'm actually going to use VS Code, simply because it was recorded at a later time. All right, so this is what Brackets looks like, and that's because I have a theme installed. Okay, so let's take a look at the setup that I have for this editor, and you can take a look at that on the course GitHub repo. So in the last lecture, there's a link that points to this repo, and basically this repository contains everything that you need for the course. So all of the code, the final and the starter code, then the slides, so the entire slides for the course, and then also the setup. Okay, and down here then you also have the frequently asked questions. So before you post something to the Q&A, you can always take a look at these frequently asked questions first. Okay. Now, about the setup, I have a special document here because I get asked all the time what themes and what extensions I use. So for Brackets that I use in the first part of the course, I have a theme called OS X Style Flat and Dark. And then the most important extension is an autosave extension. So let's go ahead and set these up very quickly, just so that your editor looks the exact same as mine if you choose to use Brackets. So just hit this icon here on the right side, which says Extension Manager, and then you can first hit Themes, and then OS X Style, and here it is. Okay, and so all you need to do now is to click Install, and I already have it installed, so that's why I don't have a button here. Then you just close it, come here to the View in the menu, then Themes, and then you can select the OS X Style theme from here. Click None, and now your code editor should look the same as mine. And then as for the other extension, just hit the Available, then Autosave, and the one that you want to install is this one, so Autosave Files on Window Blur. And so what this is going to do is that each time that we leave the Brackets app, it will automatically save the file that we're currently working on. Okay, so that is Brackets. Then again, in the second part of the course, we're going to use VS Code here, so this code editor, but more about that by then. Okay, then down here you have also the theme and the extensions that I use in case that you're curious. Okay, and that is the setup about code editors. Now, of course, you also need a browser, and I'm always using the latest version of Google Chrome, and so I advise you to do the exact same. Then in the browser, what we're going to use a lot, especially in the beginning, is the developer console. And so let me quickly show you how you can use that. So you can come to the View menu, then Developer, and JavaScript Console. And then it will open up the DevTools, and you have the console down here. And you can also do it another way, which is simply right-click anywhere on the page, then hit Inspect, and then you can click Console over here. All right, and so in this console, we can very simply execute JavaScript commands, like math operations like this, or assigning values to variables, something like this, and then read them out. So this is just to execute JavaScript here, okay? But I'm already getting ahead of myself here, so I'm already writing some JavaScript code here, but let's leave that for the next section. All right, and I think we're actually ready here, and so let's now finally move on right to the next video and to the next section where you're going to start learning JavaScript.